Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome to EVE Online. And I am ice mining a little bit because today I want to talk to you guys about my first impressions of EVE Online Rubicon, the 20th EVE Online expansion that is going to come out November 19 already. So that's actually decently early for a winter expansion, and I'm really excited. I like what I see. Before I get started, I'll use the page that CCP set up in order to guide my impressions on all the different aspects. But first of all, my what I was expecting or what I was hoping for, did it come true? No, no new systems, no motherships or anything like that to report. Was I wrong? Yeah, of course, for this expansion, but I think playing the long game, the new systems part at least is definitely in the planning from the information that we got from CCP Seagull. But yeah, EVE Online Rubicon, it's coming really soon, arriving November 19, and there's no turning back. So Rubicon, it means crossing the threshold or reaching the point of no return. And so let's have a quick look here. Welcome to the EVE Online Rubicon, and here are the features. And the first one, I think, is really about this Rubicon, about crossing the Rubicon and getting to a new state of EVE Online with no turning back. Control Highsec customs offices, so you'll be able to take out the Concord ones and put your own Highsec customs offices on planets, and then basically tax other players that want to export their goods from those planets. This is going to be a huge change potentially, and I think it's almost inevitable that this will mean a total change of the political landscape of EVE Online. So a lot of people are saying, well, it's just going to be the nullsec empires that are going to start running these POCOs. But personally, I think that's not going to be that easy. First of all, I think you shouldn't underestimate the passive income that an alliance can get from owning all these Highsec POCOs. Most people playing EVE Online actually play in Highsec, and if you can control these, basically what you're doing is you're mining ISK straight from other people's wallets. This is really extremely awesome, and I think this will be lucrative enough that we'll see major Highsec wars over this. And for the Highsec residents, basically this is the time to adapt or die. Either Highsec players can develop a system and can develop alliances and coalitions of their own in order to keep the nullsec guys out. And if they don't do it, other more organized entities will simply take advantage of this. They will go after this passive income, and they will take over these POCOs. But this will be a huge driving force for conflict in EVE Online, I think, after this expansion. I think it's the most important feature, and I'm really excited for what this means to for EVE Online coming this winter. I'm super excited about this. I can already see a lot of potential scenarios play out, especially with Highsec empires forming and actually fighting amongst themselves and fighting with nullsec alliances over the control of some of these better systems with awesome planets. Really excited about this, and I'm really curious to see what's going to come of it. The second feature, deployable mobile structures. I don't see all of them put here, but basically two of them are specifically for nullsec. One of them is a siphon device, which will allow people to grab goods from moon mining in a very stealthy way. And yeah, it basically means that alliances that own moons will have to be much more careful, because people might just be stealing all of these moon materials under their noses. And there's a lot of moons out there, so this could be a fun little mechanic. And the other deployable mobile structure is a mobile Sino jammer, which they can then basically deploy to safeguard a part of the grid from hot dropping straight into them. Now they'll still be able to light sinos somewhere else in the system, but it's going to be interesting, and this is probably going to change the dynamics of war in EVE Online significantly, and it might just give smaller entities a chance to annoy bigger power blocks in a more stealthy matter. So that's really cool, I think. For the PvE guys, we get a deployable loot system. So basically, you deploy this, and then all the wrecks that are yours will be tractored towards this new structure, and then it will automatically put the loot in its cargo. And normally you should be able to salvage everything a lot more easily because it will be clumped up. But the one I'm personally most excited about and curious about is this personal depot, which is described as your home away from home. So it's basically a depot with fitting services. But there's a lot of stuff, and let me quickly check that everything is okay here. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we don't really know about it, and that I'm super curious about. For instance, can you deploy this everywhere? I think if you can, that could be really awesome, because you could deploy this stuff right here in an ice belt and start mining. That could be super awesome. Also for wormhole space, potentially this could be great. Could you put a ship in there? Maybe eject it, board it, fit it, and maybe a couple of small ships or something like that. That could be very interesting as well, I think. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with this personal cargo. And this is the first step to the modular process. So the way I understand it, they can just add more of these deployable mobile structures, and then probably make a system so that you can connect them with your depot. And I can imagine that on further iterations there will be stuff like laboratories, maybe hangars for ships, maybe batteries for defensive structures, all that sort of stuff that I could basically add to this. And for not just for you personally, but for like a corporation or an alliance, you could really build out a whole space city with this stuff. It's got a lot of potential, and I really love the idea. And I'm very happy to see that basically they're going ahead with the first chance to start seeing a modular process. I'm really curious to see if it will need fuel actually. Yeah, I don't really know enough about the depots to be able to place them just yet, but potentially this could be extremely cool. Then the one my brother is most excited about, you can see them right here, Sisters of Eve faction ships, a frigate and a cruiser. The cruiser looks awesome, and these will basically be the all-in-one exploration ships everyone has been trying to build for so long. So this could definitely replace my Ishtar. And they look awesome. Unfortunately, I can't give you guys the bigger picture from here. It doesn't link to anything, just a small thumbnail, but they're incredible. And my brother and I, we both want one. And it would be totally cool if we could have an all-in-one ship with this, and then deploy a personal cargo station like this somewhere in wormhole space. Just do that for a little while, pack up and leave to the next one. That would be really awesome. I'm really curious about all of this, but yeah, the Sisters of Eve ships, they look great. The skill requirements will be Galente Amar, so this is perfect for us. Armor tanked with drones and lasers probably. How cool is that? Yeah, great addition there. Definitely something we'll buy and try out. Ship rebalancing, a couple of these will be decently interesting, I think, but the big one is that interceptors will probably, all of this, subject to change, but interceptors will probably be immune to bubbles. Awesome. You can see that my wallet is down 1.2 billion. That's because I had jump cloned, but my alt is in Jita, and yeah, once I heard this, I invested 1.2 billion in interceptors, and I'm hoping that this is going to make me some profit. And the other big change when it comes to ship rebalancing, that's in general, is also that the speed warp will actually start to influence. Finally, they're going to tweak that system. What's going on at the moment. Basically, all warps are so short that almost none of the ships ever reach their maximum speed, and so basically all ships pretty much warp at the same speed, and they're going to fix this with the base of Tech 1 cruisers being as fast as they are now. But then frigates will be a lot faster getting from point A to point B in a warp, and stuff that's bigger like battleships and capital ships will take even longer. And so now it will actually be possible to like jump in on a gate with a frigate gang, see a cruiser or a battleship or something bigger warp to the sun. You'll actually be able to go after it and land with your frigate before the battleship or the battle cruiser gets there, and then you have all the time to prepare and try and catch them. It's much more realistic. It's going to be very interesting for roams. I think frigate roams actually have a much better chance of catching larger targets. Sounds really awesome, and I'm really glad that they're going to add this. I'll count that to ship rebalancing. Not sure if it's, CCP sees it the same way, but awesome stuff. Let's see what's next. Guerrilla style warfare support. That's the nullsec stuff I told you about with the siphoning and the Sinojammer interbus ship identification system. So basically they're going to get rid of the what's it called here, certificate system. And they're going to try and make a better system for people to plan their skills within the client. Not so much something I need, but for new players this could be very helpful if done well. Rubicon reveal video, really? I have to check that out. Haven't done it yet. I've been really excited at work today. I came home and I start making this video because I want to talk about EVE Online Rubicon. Really excited about this. And then below this we have CCP Seagull's explanation of their vision for the next 3 years, and I'll give you my opinion, my vision on this. So here you can see, I think this is probably destruction. You know, I think they're attacking the structure. But here in the second one, I think you can see the modular bosses, their idea behind corporations and alliances being able to basically build space cities of their own that are fully destroyable, which is really awesome. And here we have then finally Stargate building, which in my opinion means new systems to be opened up. And from what I heard from CCP Seagull, they actually already have like a whole scenario ready, a vision that they want to try and make come true with the expansions in the next 3 years. And so yeah, just keep in mind, you know, all of these are the first steps towards that, and I'm really excited about these deployable structures, which will actually be fully destroyable. Really, it's bringing the sandbox, just bringing more sand to the sandbox, and then the Highsec customs offices. It's basically bringing the sandbox into Highsec, and people will have to adapt to this. It's going to be a huge change. I think you'll see major wars take place in Highsec. Actually, you'll find combat reports and large kill boards made in Highsec. I think so. That would be really cool. I'm very excited about this. And yeah, it looks awesome. So it's basically the first steps towards what I was hoping for. I think I see it like that. First steps towards modular bosses. Clearly first steps towards more empire building on your own, and then heading in the next step towards new systems being made available in EVE Online. Really cool, really awesome stuff. And I have to say, with this, you know, Rubicon, there's no turning back. This Highsec Poco, you know, Highsec customs offices being controllable by the players also sounded like just the first step into allowing players to control more and more aspects even of Highsec, which has always been static in the last 10 years. Basically, you go to stations, you mine, you mission, you produce whatever, but none of it was changeable by the players. And now I think you will see alliances and empires being formed around planetary interaction, because don't underestimate this. We're talking about a lot of people that are in Highsec that do PI and that will pay taxes to your corporation. And in my opinion, people don't really mind paying taxes to CCP basically, because they recognize the need for ISK sinks. But if there's something people really hate, it's actually paying taxes to another players. to another player or a group of players, and this will spark conflict and war, and it will actually bring all of that to Highsec. So yeah, I'm almost most excited about this, and I want to see how this plays out. And we might just take a side on that. I don't know, Solitude Coalition. If we decide to stay here, we might take part in that. But with those new Sisters of Eve cruisers, we want to do some exploration as well. With checking those out, maybe putting up some of these mobile structures. Very, very cool stuff coming in EVE Online Rubicon. I'm totally looking forward to it. The only drawback is that it's only going to be 4 days after the release of X Rebirth, so I'll have to check my schedule on all of that. But I'm very excited about this. It looks really cool. And yeah, great job there, CCP. And finally, you know, I've been thinking about this all day as well. If you have never played EVE Online, and if you're thinking of starting or when is the right time to give it a go, I think right now is the perfect time, because the game is going to change drastically. It's going to go into a new direction with the Highsec wars. Basically, Highsec is going to have to organize itself, because if it doesn't, it's going to become a cash cow for larger parties. But there are so many of us, I think potentially we could see Highsec empires start to rise, and yeah, the Capsuleers starting to slowly take over Highsec as well. Highsec becoming more a part of the sandbox. I'm not against this, and the way they're doing it here seems decently incremental to still allow new players a safer haven. But yeah, that they get exposed to the sandbox a little sooner than having to go to nullsec or having to go to lowsec or wormhole space before experiencing that. I think it's a great choice, and I think it's going to be a lot of drama, a lot of content being brought to EVE Online and even in Highsec this time. So yeah, here we go. I mined some ice, 3 million worth. I'm docking up. Let's quickly put that into my item hanger, and yeah, unfortunately it closed the browser, but yeah, EVE Online Rubicon, not too far away, and I'm very excited about it. Anyways, I hope you are as well. If you've never played EVE Online, this is definitely the time to do a free trial right around the expansion, and come have fun with us, because I think there's a lot of that going to happen coming November 19th. Anyways, that's it for me for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.